All right, all right. We're looking good. But you're looking good. Not me, not so much. I'm probably looking like a hot mess right now because this has been a crazy week and it's going to be an insane month. Uh, Actually, it's been pretty crazy since May because, you know, stuff. Actually, it's been, yeah, June. So, here, I'm not even going to get into it. But let's just say kids are out of school and, yeah, my family. And for this is for all the parents out there. By the way, this is YogiZilla. You can just call me Yogi if you ever been here before. This is my Geektastic vlog. This is where I rant and rave about random stuff. And also talk about some of the stuff going over at Geekyantics, my network, our network. You know, I extend the network to everybody. It's a collaborative platform, a community of geeks and crazies. But this vlog is dedicated to the parents out there. Whether you're a single parent or you're a couple, whatever's going on, that's not my business. But it always comes with challenges, and every generation, the us older folks say, "Oh man, this young generation's going to the birds and blah blah blah," and kids these days, and it's kind of true. It's always true. Every generation, things get worse because look at the stuff that happens with media. If you watch the way media devolves and communication devolves, you could pretty much see what to expect from a generation, and the generation gap kind of gets bigger because there's a divide between how people relate. Like I love social media, right? But the abuse of social media gives it a bad name. It leaves a bad taste in people's mouths because people are, you know, posting on Facebook about, uh, a sandwich that they ate or how they hate drama, but they're starting drama themselves, or how their teacher's stupid because they didn't catch them, you know, uh, cheating during a test, or they're talking about how this person's ugly, this person's fat, ha ha ha, troll. Like the trolls are strong. That's not really what I want to talk about. It's kind of freaking random tangent, you know. So right now I haven't been streaming that much, and I do apologize, guys. I love streaming. It is one of the main things I do. Unfortunately too. It's not really unfortunately. Family comes first, and its responsibilities, and the stuff I have to do to pay the bills and make sure I can keep Geeky Antics running because there's a time and money cost associated with that. So there's gonna be some fundraising coming up soon, and whatever you guys could do. A lot of you have already been contributing. I definitely appreciate that. I'm gonna try to do some streaming, do some marathon streaming. Probably marathon streams won't be coming anytime soon, but but I will at least do an hour to 3 hours here and there, so we can at least stay in touch. Because I think that's what I love about streaming. I get to play the games that I love, and then also catch up with friends. And I like to think of all of you as my friends, even the ones that barely show up to my channel, and our family or supposedly close friends. You know who you are. But family, family's OP. You know, so how do you deal with crazy family? And there's a lot of things involved with this. The first thing I'm gonna talk about is how family can sometimes knock the wind out of your sails, because we always hope in our heart of hearts, and what does that even mean anyway? I don't know, but we always hope deep down inside that our family will be the ones that will always root for us and support us in whatever we do, whether we follow a path that is common, like I'm gonna become a doctor, I'm gonna become a lawyer, or whether you decide to go against the grain. I'm gonna be a writer, I'm gonna be a musician, I'm gonna be a comedian, I'm gonna be a social media strategist, I'm gonna be a SEO consultant, whatever it is. I'm gonna work from home. When you say those kind of things, that are not common ways to earn money and make a living, those endeavors, those entrepreneurial pursuits, people tend to be really negative. Let's just say negative. And they mean well, but I think like we need a reality check. And I'm not speaking from recent experience. I'm just kind of reflecting on the years that have led up to now. And You know, and I've been having conversations with people that say, oh, I'm trying to stream, but my family doesn't support me. They can't even follow me. I don't even expect them to watch channel, but at least follow me. And I say, you know, that's the stuff that happens. So, a lot of times with family, what happens with family is that, and we all do it at all ages. We tend to take each other for granted because we know no matter what, family is gonna be there. So we don't take the time that we do with strangers, with even buddies, to nurture the relationship, right? So we just kind of go through the motions. We get caught up in the daily routine, the mundane, and we forget, to just do a simple check-in. Hey, how you doing? It could be a text message, it's not even a call. I mean, a phone call's better. A letter is even better. Who writes letters anymore, right? Now all we get in the mail is junk. It's always some kind of, credit card offer, loan offer, auto finance, or bill. It's or coupons. The coupons are not so bad. Sometimes those are useful, you know, and social media is becoming that too. Now we're getting spam with all kinds of, consumer offers and crap that we don't really care about, but they keep spending millions and billions of dollars to get this crap to us and hopefully get some kind of return on it, even if it's just 0.0001% or whatever. But the other thing about family is this is mainly going out to streamers out there that also happen to be parents. Boundaries. They're so important. And rules are great, especially if you come from a military background. You might be used to having a lot of rules and things clearly set, but you cannot run your family like a military unit. It's nice in theory to have that structure. The thing is, kids these days can only handle so much, and then they get stressed out. Stressed out, you know. So I try to keep the rules simple. Like I have very few rules that are absolute. One of them is don't leave dishes in the sink overnight, and rinse off your dishes, and those go hand in hand. Because roaches and other pestilences, it's disgusting, and you let stuff set in, and then it's hard to clean off. It's a very simple thing. Clean off your dishes, put them in the dishwasher. So we do that load that night or the next morning. Everything gets done and we're ready for the next day. Very simple. But even with that rule, one of my few rules that I really push for, the kids don't follow it. Sometimes it's easy to take it to heart. And I think family sometimes reminds us about how easy it is for people to take us for granted and how sometimes people just lack respect. And it's easy to take it to heart and be like, ugh, I don't get any respect. I don't get any love. The thing is, people are so caught up in their own stuff. We're getting swarmed with information and content. Social media again, OP. And because of that, sometimes we just kind of tune out. We put on blinders. We're so used to tuning out all the noise. We start putting blinders, and then we just end up becoming all about ourselves. So it's important. You want to create boundaries, but you also want to make sure you facilitate quality time so that you're not being grabbed as much. It's always gonna happen. I get interrupted during my stream. I say, hey guys, we watched the movie together, or later on we're gonna do this. We're gonna go out and eat, but right now I need a couple hours to myself to stream, no interruptions, unless it's really important. If it's like life threatening or urgent, it needs to be attended to that moment. Don't bother me. And that's it. But it still happens. But you still gotta make the time to spend that quality time. Carve out the time. Everybody has a time. I hate when people say, I don't have the time. Yes, you have the time. Everybody has time. The thing is, people are terrible with time management, or they have bad priorities. Let me open up the shade here. I just realized that so dark. Looks like it's gonna pour down soon, which I am looking forward to. I love rainy days. I find it the most productive and the most calming, even therapeutic, if you will. But everybody's got freaking time. Am I streaming to my channel? Yeah, I don't know. It's not showing that it's live. But and that's a big pet peeve of mine because everybody acts like they're so busy. It's like, and I always say, well, when do you go poop? You telling me you don't ever go poop? If you have time to go poop when you need to, then obviously you can make time for things you really need to do. So just have a sense of urgency. Take the time out to rinse off your dishes. Take the time out to say hello to someone. Take the time out to play some board games or go for a walk with someone you care about. All those things we take for granted. You never know what's gonna happen tomorrow. So I started off saying you create boundaries, but again, the bigger thing is make sure you have the quality time. You know, I think I heard actually Kenny from Let's Ask a Lady over at AllGames.com saying something very brilliant. Usually he's just a potty mouth and he's just crazy, but he actually makes sense. People are so obsessed with picture sharing and the text messaging and on the Facebook posting, and Pinterest and Instagram and all that other crap that sometimes we just don't know how to live in the moment, and that's sad. So unplug sometimes. I love my technology. My computer hardly ever goes off, but you gotta unplug sometimes. Turn it off, shut it all down, and just enjoy the moment. Don't worry about things because there's always gonna be work. There's always gonna be things to do. There's gonna be emails to catch up on. Those will always be there, just like bills. But what's not gonna be there, if you're not careful, is the people you love. Whether it's people that are actually your family, people you consider family, or your true friends. And people don't understand that true friends are very rare. Most people I know that I call a friend are really truly buddies. They're hangout buddies or they're people that I like to talk to, but I may not confide in and I may not expect much from them. Now, I give everybody the benefit of doubt and I try to empower everyone and give them advice and give them encouragement as if they are rock stars. But you gotta understand that those rock star friends that will go above and beyond for you are very rare. And don't let that get you down. Same thing with family. Everybody's caught up in their own thing again. But let's go back to boundaries. So boundaries are important because I like to make myself available. I have kind of like an open door policy. People know that you can always tweet me, text me. I'm usually very responsive. There's a lot of ways to get in touch with me. Phone call, not so much, because I can't always pick up the phone. So it might go to voicemail, but I'll get back to you. And I'm good about this stuff. Email, too. But, by the way, Twitter, at YogiZilla, probably the best way to get me. Just saying. But the thing is, when you make yourself so accessible, people take that for granted. They expect it all the time. Like, oh, you gotta be there the moment I need you. It's like, well, I got other stuff to do and other people that need me. I have some friends that are such a pain in the ass about that. Yeah, Goose, I'm talking about you. If I don't respond right then and there, it's like, oh man, you never pick up your phone. It's like, what are you, my wife? Hell, even for her, she's gotta realize there's a buffer zone. There's a timeout period. There's gotta be there because you need your me time. You gotta be selfish sometimes. If you're not selfish sometimes, you're gonna end up burning out and then end up being a bigger jerk in the end. So, you can't be there 100% of the time and always be a rock star either. Balance. It's all about balance. So, what am I really talking about? A little bit of everything. But, the boundaries, it's important because, again, you can't have stringent rules, but you need to make sure people are aware that, there we go. Okay, yeah, sound good. Yeah. You have to make sure that people know you're there for them, but you also have to make sure they know that you also need your you time, and there's certain times when you can't drop things or really shouldn't. Imagine a surgeon if he had his kids just pop in, hey dad or hey mom, can I get this? Like, really, that couldn't wait. I just messed up. I dropped something in this guy's heart. I was doing open heart surgery. Thanks, Obama. you know, but the thing is, in those situations, kind of common sense. Don't interrupt a surgeon. Don't whether he's doing brain surgery, open heart surgery, whatever. But then that kind of same courtesy should be extended to everyone, but it's not. Especially if you work from home. Like work from home, it's the funniest thing. When you tell someone you work from home, or you have your own business, or you're a consultant especially, or freelancer, you know, subcontractor, whatever your title is, or whatever you do, if it's not a conventional job, people treat it like, oh, you're always available then. Oh, you're not doing anything important. So no. Even when you're not making lots of money, even when you're not that busy, you have to always kind of get into a schedule, regiment yourself, so you create that boundary, not just for everyone around you, but for yourself. All right, this is my work time. Let me not get distracted during this time. This is when X, Y, and Z needs to happen. Boom, get it done. And don't put it off. If not, you end up with lists of lists. I have plenty of those. Plenty of those. Look at them. Ooh. I've been banging them out though, but my wife is especially good about throwing more and more stuff on there. But I just read a funny note to myself that I forgot about. But you know, boundaries, they're important. Um, so yeah, I haven't been streaming that much. I haven't been doing as much as I want with the geekyantics.net site, but we're still making great progress, and we're still putting out new stuff and doing little tweaks here and there. It's not, if you're a perfectionist and you're your own worst critic, sometimes you're never satisfied, and that's kind of a good attitude to have. But also be happy with what you have, be thankful for what you have, come from a place of gratitude. Always have a sense of urgency. That's great, but don't take for granted what you have, and celebrate the small wins, the small victories, because those matter. People don't do that enough. Like, yeah, that's a decent enough logo, but it could be. It really needs to be professional. You want people to take you seriously. It's like, well, right now I'll have to do because I have other stuff that needs to be done. Yes, Stan, I'm talking about you. I love you, little bro. But that's kind of where I come from, and part of growing up is just discovering who you really are, what really matters to you, and being honest with yourself more and more. Because we all tend to live in some sort of lies. We might say, "Oh, I'm not materialistic. I don't need material things." But then you see yourself wishing you had a house, or wishing you had a better car, or a car at all, or you know, wishing you had a nice nest egg, whatever it is. You know, and you gotta be honest with those things, and then kind of think about those things and say, well, why does that drive me? Why is that a motivation? Why is that a dream? A lot of successful entrepreneurs, a lot of successful, business people, people that are successful in their careers will tell you, and not all of them, but a good amount of them will tell you that the biggest problem right now, and I've read this with a lot of like authors of like self-help or personal development books, and people that do seminars or training courses and all that kind of stuff, workshops. They'll tell you that the biggest problem with Americans, and I think it's worldwide, but Americans, we don't dream big anymore. We don't know how to dream big anymore, and when we do dream, it's all material things, and that's a shame because the thing is we associate accomplishment and happiness with these material things that are fleeting. They can be broken, they can be stolen, they can be taken away. You know, um, they could be scratched up or scuffed up, whatever it is, and lose value. And then what do you have after that? You see people that live off of government assistance, and they live in the ghetto, have beat up houses, but they have nice clothes, newest sneakers, and a really nice car, but no food in the fridge. They're not feeding the kids. They're not paying child support, whatever it is. But that's shameful. That's. I'm being a little salty, guys. I'm sorry, but I'm also being real with you. But it's not all doom and gloom. There's a lot of hope in the world, and that's what you got to think about. But just talking about family stuff. So that's right now. Summer vacation madness. It's kind of the theme. You're gonna hear a lot of background noise because no matter how much I can light up a bunch of signs, post stuff up on the walls and on the man cave door. I can even soundproof further than I already have, but you'll still hear. That's how loud my family is. You're still gonna hear them in the background going, rah, 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 rah. And I've decided I don't care anymore. It was I realized it was bothering me a little bit. I was like, oh, the perfectionist in me is coming out, and I can't post this video because it has, this curse in the background, this screaming in the background. Oh, F it. I realized I believe in authenticity. I'm gonna stick with that. You guys get the real, unadulterated me. Pretty much everything you see is raw, unfiltered me, and I hope you guys appreciate that. I'm not saying you have to be that, do all that, but transparency, there's something to say about that. But for all you parents out there, all you people with large households and crazy families, you're not alone. And if you ever want to talk to me about it and learn how to cope, I'm here for you. The best thing I can say is take it one day at a time, one moment at a time, and learn to laugh a lot. Don't let it, don't get salty about it. I laugh at it a lot. Like we have teenagers and they love saying, "Oh, that's bullshit. This is crap." Or, blah. You tell them this stuff is like, "Ugh, I did it last week." I do it every day. whatever it is, that could pretty much apply to every situation. It's like I do it every day, so what? I have to clean up after you. You don't have to, but I tell you to do it, and now I'm a bad person. No. And your parents, don't be doormats. Stop worrying about whether you're likable. Your kid's gonna love you regardless, even if they say they hate you. You gotta give it a little tough love sometimes. Stop like getting them all this new stuff, new video games consoles and phones when they're like super young. You know, letting them go out whenever they want, even after they got in trouble and were supposedly grounded. Oh, this, stop it. Because you're doing them a disservice. Right now, they might be enjoying it, appreciate it, but they're going to take it for granted. That's one. And the second part is when they grow up and they go into the real world, they're going to have a tough time because they did not learn responsibility and how the world really works. Life, you don't get what you want, kids. That's how it works. You have to earn what you get. And all those people you think are your friends, they're just there out of convenience or out of something they could get out of you. Pretty much. Don't be counting on them. Still love them. Be there for them. But don't go above and beyond for them. You know, it's very rare someone will be a true friend and be there for all your life. That's very rare. And I'm not trying to be bitter. I'm trying to be mean about it. Let's be real. Your family, however, they got no choice. They're going to be there. So, know where your loyalties are at. And that's why I'm there for my family, because I love you guys. Hey, and I hope you guys will be with me through my entire journey. When I finally stop ghostwriting and get some of my own published works done, and hopefully make some money out of that, and not being a starving artist. Hey, believe it can happen. It will happen soon enough. Happen in its time and place. But I know that family needs to be the focus for those that have that. Because when everything, when the shit hits the fan, guess what? They're gonna need you. They're gonna realize, man, all this time I thought my friend or my girlfriend or my boyfriend was the best, and I devoted so much for them, sacrificed so much for them, and threw you under the bus for them, and then you're the one in the end is here. That's right. That's how it works. Most of the time, that's how the story goes. It's a very common story. It's a sad story, but it's true. Well, the youth, not just kids. The youth, this the younger generation or generations, they gotta learn the hard way. No matter how much you tell them, sometimes that's the only way they'll learn. Then you gotta give them enough rope to hang themselves with. But anyway, guys. So yeah, that's just what I wanted to tell you. That the month of July, 2014, gonna be crazy. We're gonna bounce back strong. We're gonna do some big things. I'm gonna try to get some giveaways going, get some hype, keep the hype going, keep the momentum going, and keep giving back to you guys for all the stuff you've done to help me, to help the network out. Geektastic.net is here. The site looks sexy. We got a bunch of stuff coming. I'm gonna try to build up the forums further, implement more achievements, get articles out consistently, all that stuff. So it's coming, and all thanks to your help and everybody getting together. Alone I can't do it, but as people start stepping up, supporting, encouraging, I realize more and more that this is gonna happen. This is happening now. Dream is real. So thank you for that, guys. And in the meantime, I'll be dealing with crazy family stuff because family love them and hate them at the same time. And hate's a strong word, but they're gonna kill me. I might die of a heart attack, guys. If I disappear, I probably died of a heart attack, and not from eating bad food. No, that might be part of it. The stress. Yeah. And I will miss you guys. Nah, I'm just kidding. That's morbid. It's bad. That's pretty much it. That's a little bit some real talk there, and also a little touch base to let you guys know what's going on and what to expect. But in the meantime, make sure you check geekyantics.net daily, and we will try to get as much stuff up there as possible. Poke around, look around, go to all the pages, see everything, the podcast stream, the forums area, your profile, set that up. You can put your own avatar picture up. There's a lot of stuff you can do. There's a giveaway section, the storytelling section we're excited about because aspiring authors or established authors alike can put this stuff up there, whether it's fast fiction, fan fiction, short stories, haikus, whatever you want to call it. It has a place. And There won't be judgment. There might be some critiques, but we won't judge you as a person. We might judge the work. That's important. Difference there. But anyway, before I ramble on any further, I'm gonna get going. I'm gonna probably play a game of Dawngate. So if you guys wanna add me on there, I'm on the open beta, YogiZilla. And after that, I'm probably gonna take a power nap. 'Cause I'm old. That's what happens. But let me head out of here. Appreciate having this moment with you guys. And yeah, nothing else to say. YogiZilla out. Peace.